Good evening. Coming up in Mello TV Evening News, dancehall artist Joshi career threatened. Business mogul Lloyd Sherwood has died. Gunmen's brazen attack interrupts church service in South St. Andrew. And electric car explosion in St. Andrew sets house on fire. And now the news in detail. Dancehall artist Joshi is this evening said to be facing significant challenges after rumors circulated on social media linking him to the recent murder of 45-year-old businessman Omar Romy Wright on June 7. Prior to his murder, it was rumored that Romy spat in the face of Joshi's mother, Lorna Henry, and threw water on her before kicking over a pot of soup that she was selling on Shorter Road in St. Andrew. However, Ms. Henry denied that any altercation took place between herself and the businessman. As a result of the rumors, several shows have been cancelled, posing a threat to Joshi's career and the safety of his family. The artist turned himself into the police, accompanied by his attorneys, but was released after an interview. Joshi's mother and cousin are appealing to vloggers to stop spreading false information and damaging his reputation and livelihood. They highlighted Joshi's positive contributions to his community and called for accountability and regulation of online platforms, in particular those that are spreading these rumors. Renowned visual artist and managing director of Restaurant Associates Limited, the company responsible for operating Burger King and Popeyes in Jamaica, Lloyd Sherwood, has passed away. Beside her involvement in the restaurant industry, she was a board member of various Jamaican companies and the creator of the Mahogany House furniture store. According to reports, Mrs. Sherwood died at her St. Andrew home on Saturday, June 24, after succumbing to an illness she had for some time. A shooting incident occurred at a jerk center in Bridgewater, Westmoreland on Sunday, June 25, resulting in one person killed and 6 others injured. The deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Lasharu Shaw, also known as Pe, Worm, or Lenky, a pineapple farmer from Belfont District in St. James. According to the police, the incident took place approximately 9:30 a.m. while Shaw and a group of people were cleaning up after a party he had hosted the previous night. A group of men arrived at the location in a white Toyota car and began firing handguns, hitting Shaw and 6 others. The assailants fled the scene after the shooting. The police were alerted and arrived to find Shaw dead, while the injured individuals were treated and admitted in serious condition at hospital. Sharon Anderson, the mother of the victim, spoke with Mello TV and explained what happened.
He's a good type of person. Everybody talk highly about him. He help. Try to help. He never said no. If you have it, he say no have it. But once he has it, he's giving it to you.
And what you hear happened? What you hear took place this morning?
Put me up in the town at this late and nearly gunshot. And by me, the gunshot, I phone call me. Send me son, they shoot me son. And was around 6 more people.
A lady named Jeanette, who also knew the victim, spoke of her pleasant experiences with Shaw.
He was a lovely person, very kind. Everybody caring. You know, if you know you could do something. You have a time when he tapped me, just get the people lunch money to go to school. That is him.
So he owns this place?
No, he just sleep at the party last night. And that's it. And after 9 this morning, he has died. I think about 6 get shot. He died on the spot.
Commanding officer for Westmoreland Senior Superintendent of Police Wayne Joseph has condemned the killing. SSP Joseph also used the opportunity to send a message to persons who are hosting parties without the requisite permits.
I just want to take this opportunity, though, to send a message to persons who are out there who are keeping these unpermitted parties, that we will be coming at you with the full force of the law. There's a reason why we do not permit some parties, because we have to do security checks and risk assessment. And these are in order to protect the lives of innocent persons who might be going to these parties and knowing of the danger that might loom over them. So it depends on who is keeping the party. Sometimes some of these persons, we know that they are not of good character. Sometimes they are involved with other persons in ongoing feuds, and sometimes they are risk of reprisals. And a lot of times when persons cannot find their opponents, these are places that they look out for them, where there are large gatherings at parties and so on. So you have some persons who decide to avoid making applications and keeping these parties unknown to the police. And so we will be coming down with the full force of the law. If you are a sound operator and you are contracted by somebody who is keeping a party, make sure you find out if that person has a permit, because you too will be liable to prosecution. So we'll be going full force to protect the lives of innocent law-abiding persons.
The Westmoreland police say the motive behind this latest shooting is unknown, and Mello TV will continue to track this story and bring you updates in subsequent newscasts. Meanwhile, over in South St. Andrew, a church service in Arnett Gardens was disrupted by gunfire, resulting in the deaths of 2 men. The incident occurred at approximately 9:35 a.m. on Sunday, June 25, when gunmen approached and opened fire on Jaheim Walker and Tajay O'Neill Watson. Both men are 20 years old and from Paradise Courts in the Zimbabwe area of Arnett Gardens. Both men were shot inside the church premises. The men were taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, where they were pronounced dead upon arrival. Initial investigations indicate that Walker was the intended target of the attack. An electric Mini Clubman motor car exploded this morning, leading to a house fire on Whitcomb Drive in Hope Pasture, St. Andrew. According to reports, the owner of the vehicle and her elderly mother were present inside the residence at the time of the incident. It is believed that shortly after plugging in the car, they were startled by a sudden explosion, which subsequently set the house on fire. The authorities are working to determine the factors that led to this incident. Business operators in St. James and Westmoreland say they are unhappy with the recent declaration of a state of public emergency by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The state of public emergency was announced to be in effect for 14 days starting from Thursday. However, residents and business owners in both parishes feel that another emergency declaration is unnecessary, especially since crime rates, particularly murders, have decreased in St. James. They question why the state of emergency was not declared when the murder rates were high 2 weeks prior. St. James has recorded 98 murders since the beginning of the year, while Westmoreland has reported 57 murders during the same period. Since the recent declaration, 1 murder has occurred in St. James and 3 in Westmoreland. This is the 4th state of public emergency announced by Prime Minister Holness for St. James within the past 7 months, with previous declarations made in December, March, and May. Business operators believe that the government needs to reconsider its approach, as the state of emergency is negatively impacting their businesses. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has responded to public outcry over salary increases for politicians by stating that the backlash reflects the high expectations placed on his governing Jamaica Labour Party. Addressing party members at a constituency conference, Mr. Holness emphasized that the JLP represents the social conscience of Jamaica and prioritizes accountability. He acknowledged the concerns surrounding the salary increases for public sector workers, but clarified that he would pay teachers and policemen more if he could. Mr. Holness credited the JLP for providing significant salary increases to the police force and highlighted the party's role in transforming Jamaica's fundamentals. He contrasted his administration's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic with the opposition People's National Party's management of the chikungunya outbreak, asserting that the JLP's government is superior. And those are the stories making the news this evening. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News. I'm Nicole Hales. Stay safe and thanks for watching.